This is a video on the carry method I use for my balisongs. When I started flipping and when I started getting into balisongs, I realized that I wanted to carry and EDC my balisongs more, but the problem is most balisongs these days, they don't utilize clips, and the ones that do utilize clips, I haven't had the best of experience with them. I have had them come out. My Zabafly has a clip and it's pretty much useless. It just doesn't hold tight enough, and with some motion it'll come out. The Benchmade 51 has a decent clip. Mine's a little loose, but overall, it's an expensive knife. It's close to a depending on where you get it, $150, $200 knife. It's just not something you want to take the chance of falling out. And my 42 is actually a Benchmade 42 MC, but they don't make them with clips. Well, they don't make them anymore, period. But this especially is a lot harder to find with the clip. This is probably the best clip that I've seen on a balisong. It works pretty well, but again, it is a Benchmade 42, and most of the times I don't want to take a chance in losing it. The other thing is, when you do use a clip, as you know, the knife is going to stick out of the pocket a little bit. So, I don't know about you, but I personally just wouldn't want someone seeing a balisong sticking out of my pocket. Pocket knife, something like that, maybe that's cool, but not a balisong. It's just people have a misunderstanding of what they really are, and I just personally would rather have it completely concealed. So the way I carry now, I found a way that's been working for me, and hopefully it'll work for some of you guys, is I made a balisong lanyard. Well, it's really just a lanyard. It doesn't have to be a balisong lanyard. You could use on anything. But essentially, it's just a piece of paracord looped around and snapped together with these green little paracord snaps that I got from countycom.com. And the way it works is it's just a loop. You don't have to have a slip knot here. I put this here because it does allow for you to, if you want, maybe put like other attachments here so it doesn't interfere with this loop. It stops it from coming down here. Like if you wanted maybe a spy capsule or something like that to hold band-aids or whatever, it would work. And the other purpose for it is that it does allow you to adjust the length. Okay, so that's kind of handy. But you don't have to have it. It could just be one loop, all right? And what you do is it's a loop, like any lanyard, and you put it around the handle here like this, and you snap the latch shut, okay? Or I guess you could put it around the latch too, but I find that's a little bit more difficult, all right? But essentially, you snap the latch over it like so, and it'll hold in place. I'm pulling on it pretty tough. As long as your latch is pretty tight, it'll hold. Okay? Now, basically, the way it works when you carry it is you use a belt. If you have a belt, it's actually a little easier. If you have a belt, I'll show you with a belt. You would basically just go around the belt like this, okay? And what would happen is this just stays here, okay? And you put your balisong in, attach it to the lanyard, all right? And then you just drop it in your pocket, all right? The handy thing about that is it carries deep enough where it won't show. Okay, and it keeps the balisong upright. So when you're standing, this is not going to fall over. Because usually what will happen is if you didn't have a clip, if you just carried your balisong in your pocket, it carries like this. The balisong falls over. Okay, and it's just, you can feel it, you can see it. It leaves a huge imprint. It's not comfortable. It's a pain. It's just not a good way to carry a balisong at all. Okay. Same with the back pocket. If you carry it in your back pocket, all right, it doesn't stay upright. It doesn't stay up like that. It's gonna fall over like this, and when you sit, you're gonna feel it. If it stays here, when you sit, this generally doesn't get in the way, at least not for me. Alright, so what this lanyard allows you to do is carry the balisong concealed, out of sight, and it holds it upright. And you can hold it on the inside of your leg, or if you have a belt, you just slide it over. If you prefer, you can hold it on the outside of your leg, and it's going to hold it upright like that. All right. And if you want to go to your back pocket, you just slide it over a little bit more. All right, and you would slip it in your back pocket like that, and it'll hold it upright in your back pocket, and it won't fall. And I've used this method. I've carried it, EDC'd it pretty extensively with this, and I haven't had a problem. And the other good thing is if the balisong, for whatever reason, does come out, it's going to snag on this lanyard and it's not going to fall out. You won't lose your balisong. As you know, balisongs for the most part are not cheap. I'm sure nobody wants to lose a Benchmade 42 or 51 or, a Kershaw. I mean, losing a knife sucks generally, so you don't want to lose your knife. All right. When you're ready to use the knife, okay, you basically just, use your thumb or your whichever finger, draw it out, pop this off, and now you're good to go. It does leave you in a reverse grip, but I don't really find that to be too much of a problem. You can just reverse it around and go ahead and start using the knife. Now, if you want to use if you don't wear a belt, that's fine. You would just basically go around your belt loop here. You just same thing. You go into the belt loop. All right, and this end just goes through here like so, and it'll hold. All right, and then you just attach it, and it works the same way. It's going to work the same way, like so. All right. Only thing is, if you want to go to your outside or the back pocket, then you'd use this belt loop instead. That's the only difference. Like I said, it works a little easier with a belt because you can just slide it wherever you need it. But overall, it works both ways. When you make it, you're just going to have to kind of get an idea of how your pants are cut. If you have dress pants, they don't, the pockets aren't cut like this. They're cut all the way down like that. So you're probably going to have to carry on the inside. If you want to carry on the outside, your piece of paracord is going to have to be longer. All right. Or if your belt loop is more inside, or if you don't have as many, you might have to cut this paracord a little bit longer or shorter just to adjust. But overall, I don't know. This is probably, 12 inches, 10 inches of paracord. You'll just have to kind of feel it out and cut off the excess that you don't need. But the system works pretty well for me. Hopefully it'll work well for some of you guys. That allows you to EDC a balisong without using a sheath. And if you don't have a pocket clip, you can still EDC your balisong. Couple things about it. Obviously, it's not going to be good for a defensive draw or a fast draw. That's really not the intention. The intention is just to be able to carry your balisong around. Second thing is, if you don't have a strong latch, or if you're latchless, this system doesn't work. I tried some ideas with latchless, it didn't work. And if you have a weak latch like this MTech twist, it's not going to work. So, unfortunately, you could try. So you could try this if you have a slip knot. You could try this method. I think Entropy Spigot had a tutorial on how to make a neck sheath out of paracord where you use a slip knot to go around the wings. But I tried this too, and I don't trust it either for this particular pocket carry. I don't. I mean, it's snug and everything. You could do it, but I don't trust it. That you still have way too much motion here. Okay. This is not that tight. It could easily come out. It's just, I don't think it's worth the risk. The latch, however, if it's pretty tight, it works. So, I hope that helps, and that the system, you guys find that the system is useful for those of you guys who want to EDC a balisong. I hope this system works out for you, and you can carry it. Alright, thanks for watching, and if you have questions, just leave a comment or message me, and I'll get to it.